I need you to be working, please, on page 35 in your notebook and copy down what I write here. So today's lesson is let's compare some speeds and some prices. And so you know, because we're talking about comparisons, that we're going to be using ratio tables, which I like to call T-charts. So let's get started. Today's goal is to understand that if two ratios have the same rate per one, they are equivalent. And when measurements are expressed in different units, we can decide who's traveling faster or which one's the better deal by comparing how much of one for the same unit. All right, so here we have three kids. We have Tyler, we have Kieran, and we have Maya, and they all are running. And so it says some students did some treadmill workouts. Each one's running at a constant speed. Answer the questions about their workouts. So Tyler ran for 4,200 meters in 30 minutes. Kieran ran 6,300 meters in a half an hour, and Mai ran 6.3 kilometers in 45 minutes. So before we can compare these, we've got to make them all be the same. And so we've got to make it be a comparison to one. So we're going to compare everything to 1 hour. So you're going to need to draw 3 T-charts. So we're going to draw a T-chart for Tyler, a T-chart for Kieran, and a T-chart for Mai. And we're actually going to have to draw 2 for Mai, so we're going to draw a little one up here for her. All right, so there we are. All right, and so we've got meters and minutes. So I'm just going to put meters, and then minutes, and I'm going to write that on all of them. So go ahead and do that real quick. Meters and minutes, meters and minutes, meters and minutes. So now that I've got my tables drawn, I'm going to fill in with my information. So I've got that Tyler ran 4,200 meters. And he did that in 30 minutes. So I filled in my tables. I've got 4,200 meters in 30 minutes, 6,300 meters in a half an hour. We don't know how many meters because it's in kilometers in 45 minutes. And then up here, I have a little chart that's got meters and kilometers. And you'll remember from the story that 1 kilometer is 1,000 meters. So that's where I'm going to start. So I can start my chart. So I'm going to look right here and I'm going to say, what do I need to do to 1 to make it be 6 3/10? Well, I need to multiply by 6 3/10. So I'm going to multiply by 6.3. And if I multiply that side by 6.3, I need to multiply this side by 6.3. So pause the video and fill in what the number would be. Okay, so I multiply by 6 3/10. I multiply by 6 3/10, and I get 6,300. And so right here, I see I have the same units. So Kieran obviously is faster if he's going 6,300 meters in a half an hour, and this guy's only going 6,300 meters in 45 minutes. So Kieran's the fastest. But let's get it so we can make it be 1. So the first thing I need to do is I got to make sure my units are the same. So I've got meters, I've got minutes, I've got meters, I've got, whoops, I need to change that. So change that real quick. And we're going to have 6,300 and we're going to have 30 minutes. So let's make each of these be an hour. And so an hour has 60 minutes. We can talk about the comparison for 1. So I'm going to put a 60 here, a 60 here, and a 60 here. And notice I've left a gap there. All right, so to fill in these numbers in this chart, so pause the video and fill in the numbers. Okay, so you should have gotten 8,400 and 12,600. All right, now right here, I cannot get from 45 up to 60, but I know if I think about the clock, I could get down to 15. So I need to think about, what do I need to do to 45 to make it be 15? Well, I need to divide by 3. And if I divide this side by 3, I need to divide this side by 3. And that's going to give me 2,100. Then I can multiply by 4 and multiply by 4. All right, so now I can do my comparisons. And as we decided earlier, Kieran is definitely the fastest. He can go 12,600 meters in an hour. And actually, Tyler and May are tied because he can go 8,400 meters in an hour and she can go 8,400 meters in an hour. So this person would be the fastest and these two would tie because he can go a greater distance in the same amount of time as these people. That's what makes him be faster. All right, the next question, cool beans. All right, so you've gone to the supermarket and you're trying to decide what you should buy. Everything's exactly the same, but you want to know what's the best buy. And best buy, you'll remember, means the least expensive. So I have 4 different kinds of beans. I have 8 for $6, I have 10 for $10, I have 2 for $3, or I have 80 cents each. So we're trying to find the one that is the best buy. So you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 ratio tables. Pause the video and do that now, please, and fill in the information. And then we'll talk about what we're going to do with it. All right, so here's my ratio table. I've got 8 cans for $6, 10 cans for $10, 2 cans for $3, and then 1 can here for 80 cents. So I didn't make a ratio table for that. So we're going to find out the price. To compare these, we want to know the prices for 1 can. So I'm going to put 1 can, 1 can, 1 can. All right. And so what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video and fill in the value for each 1 can. So for the first chart, I divided by 8. Here I divided by 8. Can of these is 75 cents. Okay, so that's the best deal so far. These are 80 cents. These are 75 cents. This is the best deal. All right, at the next store, can of beans is $1. Okay, and then at the final store, a can of beans is $1.50. So if I was going to go from the best store, I would go here, then I would go here, then I would go here, then I would go here. So that's how you use those to compare. All right. And then it says that the last store listed also is selling a 28-ounce can of beans for $1.40. Well, these were for 15-ounce cans. So we're going to make another ratio table. And in my ratio table, I'm going to have ounces and I'm going to have money. And I am going to have a 15-ounce can for, or 28-ounce can rather, for $1.40. And then I had the 15-ounce can, and that was 80 cents. And I want to see which of these is the better deal. So how much would it be for one? So let's look at this. So we're going to go, okay, so I am going to see how much 1 ounce of beans costs here. So I'm going to divide by 28 and divide by 28. Okay, pause the video. So 1 ounce of beans is 5 cents, but then I have 15 ounces of beans. So at the last store, the 28-ounce can is actually the same price, not really, but it is. It costs you the same for 15 ounces. So if you needed a lot of beans, you would want to buy the 28-ounce cans there, and you would get them as the same price as store A. All right, so make sure you've got all that done. Today's goal was to understand if 2 ratios have the same rate, they're equivalent, and see how much for one. The next thing that you're going to do in the module is you are going to go ahead and work on the, hang on, let me get where we're going to be. Okay, so for your asynchronous work today, you're going to be making ratio tables to compare. And so what you're going to do is you're going to look at, this is a question from IXL. So we're going to make a T-chart, and it says 2 meters is how many feet? So we're going to have meters and we're going to have feet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be trying to find out how many 2 meters is how many feet. Well, I'm given this ratio right here, and that's what I'm going to put here. 1 meter is 3.3 feet. So I've got meters and I've got feet. And I want to know how much 2 meters is. So I'm going to put the 2 under the meters. And then I'm going to do the same thing I've been doing. What do I need to do here? Multiply by 2. So what do I need to do here? Multiply by 2. And then you would type that into IXL and click submit. All right, last IXL question. So I read my thing and right here. So right here is where they give you your unit rate. So that's what I filled in here. I have kilograms and pounds. I have 1 and I have 2.2. And then the question was about 3. So I put the 3 under the kilograms because this is 3 kilograms. Multiply by 3, multiply by 3. I get 6 and 6/10, and they're not all 6 and 6/10. I would submit that and go on to the next one. So today for class, make sure you've taken care of all of this. You should have already filled out a Google form for attendance. These were the notes that we're just finishing up now. This is the IXL I just talked about, and then you're going to do your cool down, which is these 5 questions. I hope you have a good weekend, and I will see you on Monday. Thanks. Bye.